Hey guys, I'm back again. Uh, been off, been off for Memorial Day weekend, so I didn't get a chance to do any previews for the conference final series. But I might try and do the Eastern Conference one. At least do a preview of the Eastern Conference tomorrow before Game 1. I wasn't able to do one for this series before Game 1 tonight, but holy cow, we're back to the 80s again. I as a fan, I love this kind of hockey. For the teams, they don't love it so much. All four goalies got into the game too, so that's boy, very interesting. And again, I think Colorado wins the series. So I mean, I'll maybe do a little preview right now. I think Colorado wins the series, but as a fan, and again, no dog in the fight. Absolutely no dog in the fight. But to see Connor McDavid playing the Stanley Cup Final, McDavid and Draisaitl and the potential redemption story for Evander Kane, I think that'd be fantastic. I really do. But Colorado, they're those boys are loaded too. And again, you've got top line versus top line. Who's gonna have who's gonna end up having the better series? Is it gonna be McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog, or is it gonna be McDavid, Draisaitl, and Kane? I don't know. It might come down to the depth guys. Some of the depth guys got in on the action tonight. So let us get started here. Just again, we come out and it's a pure track meet. It's almost just like the Game 1 that Edmonton had against Calgary. Just up and down, back and forth, just insane. No defense in this game. And that could be one big difference between this series and the Eastern Conference series is you've got two very high-powered offensive teams on this side. On the West, out East, you've got two of the best goaltenders in the world playing against each other. So that'll be interesting too. So we get into this game, and again, end-to-end action, just crazy. And the Oilers strike first. It's Evander Kane at 5:04 from Nugent Hopkins and Yamamoto. And the Oilers are up 1-0. That is Evander Kane's 13th of the year of the postseason. 13 goals. I mean, he's obviously leading all goal scorers. And I mean, it honestly kind of makes you it makes one wonder if the Oilers were able to make a run to the finals, and who knows, and maybe win it. I don't know who'd win the Conn Smythe. McDavid, Draisaitl, Kane. I don't know. We'll have to, not saying that they'll get there, but we'll find out. We'll find out who comes out of this series. But it didn't stay 1-0 for very long, because 36 seconds later, it's Comfer from Newhook and Burakovsky. They came in on a 2-on-1, and it was a beautiful pass from Newhook over to Comfer, and Comfer just buried it. Smith didn't have a chance, and so it's 1-1. And I'm thinking right there when I see that, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I'm like, here we go again. Like, this could get crazy. And it certainly did. Because then, I mean, the end-to-end action was nuts. And the Avalanche take the lead. It's McKinnon from Taves and Makar at 15-10. That's McKinnon's 9th of the postseason. So that puts the the Avalanche up 2-1. Well, it doesn't stay 2-1 for long, because the Oilers come back to tie it with under a minute left. It's Hyman from Kulak and McDavid at 1937. So it's 2-2. And you're thinking, okay, could we have, could we go into the second period tied at 2? Not so fast. 9 seconds later, it is Cale Makar, unassisted, his 4th of the postseason at 1946. So that puts the Oilers up 3-2 after the first period. Holy cow. The crazy thing, though, on that, because it was reviewed, and they looked at it a while, and to see if it was offsides, because Makar, the puck was going into the zone, he was still outside of the zone, the puck was in the zone, but who was it? I'm drawing a blank on who it was. He was tagging up coming out of the zone when Makar touched the puck. So they said that because he wasn't quite in the zone or whatever, and it's interesting by the way the rule is written, it counts as a good goal. Now it was challenged by the Oilers as offsides, but they ruled it a goal. So going into the second period, the Avalanche are on a power play. And on that power play, just 32 seconds in, it is Kadri from Landeskog and Rantanen. So that makes it 4-2 for Colorado. And again, it's 80s night again. Well, then just a couple minutes after that, it is McLeod from Fogle and Nurse at 2:59, so that makes it 4-3. So, and this is 3 minutes into the second period, and we've already got 7 goals. It's like, holy mackerel. But so it gets to be 4-3, but again, that doesn't last that long either, because at 4:38, it's Rantanen from McKinnon and Lehkonen. So that makes it 5-3. It's, just nuts. Fun to sit back and watch. I was out, I was out working tonight, and so I was only getting to see bits and pieces from from my stops that I was making. So that makes it 5-3. And then, again, not even 2 minutes later, it's Comfer again, with his 4th of the postseason from Makar and Taves at 6:20. So it's now 6-3 Colorado. And you're thinking, well, it's over, right? You would think, because then exactly 10 minutes after that, it's Cogliano from O'Connor at 16:20. That's Cogliano's 2nd of the postseason. So it is now 7-3. And you're thinking, well, game's over, right? Now obviously Smith got pulled. Smith ended up getting pulled after he let in the 6th goal. He gets yanked. Koskinen comes in. Now obviously too, Kemper, he came out late, coming out of the intermission into the second period. He comes out late. He ends up pulling himself out of the game. So he pulls himself out of the game, so Francouz has to come in. And so it's like, okay, so we're not sure quite what Kemper's dealing with. But then Francouz comes in. So Francouz comes in, And at 16:51, literally 31 seconds after after Cogliano makes it 7-3, it's McDavid with his 8th of the postseason from Draisaitl and Kane at 16:51. It's 7-4. And we're thinking, all right. And just the end-to-end action was just nuts. I mean, just pure track meet. Top line, just, let them go up and down the ice and just, let them go. That's basically what it was. So we go into the third. It's 7-4. We come out of the third period, or we come into the third period. Now, of course, the backups are in. It's Koskinen and Francouz. Well, at 3:28, the Oilers make it interesting. It is Ryan with his first of the year from Cassian and Bouchard at 3:28. It's now 7-5. And we're like, and I'm thinking, are we really going to have a repeat here of the Calgary game when they're down by 4 goals and they're going to find a way to come back and tie this thing? They came close. They came real close. Because then at 12:36, it's Nugent Hopkins from Draisaitl and McDavid. It's now 7-6. So all of a sudden, it's 7-3 Colorado. They've got the game in hand. Well, now it's 7-6. And now you're like, oh boy. Well, they didn't quite get it. They didn't quite get the tie because they pull the goaltender get the extra attacker out there, and it's Landeskog, unassisted, his 7th of the postseason, into the empty net at 19:38, makes it 8-6, and holy mackerel, the Avalanche win game 1 8-6. So they take a 1-0 lead in the series, and man, oh man, just a nuts game. And all 4 goalies getting in, and you go and you look at the goalie stats, and Koskinen was the best of all 4 of them. So I don't know what they I don't know what the Oilers coach does for game 2. Does he start Koskinen? Does he start Smith? We don't know. But the shots were just insane. The shots in the first period. Colorado doubled up Edmonton in shots in the first period, 16-8. Then Edmonton had the advantage in shots in the second period, 19-15. And then in the third, it was 16-10 in favor of the Avalanche. The total of the Avalanche had 47 shots. The Oilers had 37. Just crazy. The goaltenders, Smith stopped 19 of 25, and then Koskinen came in, stopped 20 of 21. Kemper stopped 16 out of 13. Francouz comes in, and he stops 18 of 21. So, it's if Kemper, I mean, I don't know. From what I heard, it was an upper body injury. So we're not sure, what his status might be for game 2, if he's going to be able to start or not. But it kind of made you wonder. He was late coming out for the second period. He was about 3 minutes late. So could that have had something to do with it? We're not quite sure. But yeah, so all 4 goalies got in. The 3 stars were Makar, Comfort, and McDavid. No issue with those. Just a crazy game. And yeah, that was game 1. So Colorado's up 1-0. And game 2, we'll see. Be interesting to see who starts in goal for both teams in game 2. And I guess too, Burakovsky from the Avalanche, he got hurt in this game too. So, I don't know if the injury bug is all of a sudden now starting to bite Colorado a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that does it for game one. Another night, another 80s night, and yeah, just crazy. So let me know your guys' thoughts. How did you guys like the game? You guys get a kick out of the track meet? I know I did. And again, I got no dog in the fight here. I mean, I picked Edmonton, or I picked Colorado to win in the in my bracket, but I think it'd be cool to see the Oilers go. We'll see who ends up going. It'll be fun. Whoever ends up going, they're gonna deserve it. That's for sure. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you're new to the channel, I thank you for being here. Hopefully you're able to make it all the way through the video. And if you like the video, if you tune into some of the other videos, if you like them, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to have you be a part of the channel. And yeah, tomorrow's the Eastern Conference game. It's game one of the Lightning and the Rangers, and I will be reviewing that one tomorrow. Also, I will probably also try and do a preview for it. Probably tomorrow morning, I think, is when I'll try and do a preview for that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I thank you guys. I thank you guys very much. And again, if you're new to the channel and you're just popping on in and you see this video, if you like it, hit that like and subscribe button down there. I would love to have you be a part of the channel. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.